Hi friends, welcome to Xiao's Weekly Note. My name is Xiao. I'm a physical therapist licensed in California. I've been working in an outpatient physical therapy clinic for over 15 years in Orange County. As usual, today we're going to pick up a patient as our subject to talk about certain issue. And the issue we're going to introduce today is the carpal tunnel syndrome, which is the wrist issue. And that's what people usually think about. So this patient we have is a female in her late 40s. Usually is working a desk job using computers, a lot using the keyboard, using the mouse, with a high stressful job, working long hours, usually doesn't have a good sleep at night, doesn't have time to focus on the diet, and doesn't have time to do the exercise either. This is actually a typical patient in the clinic. Usually working can aggravate the symptoms, so the pain is more toward the end of the day, and the pain is described as burning, tingly, even sometimes sharp pain. More later stage, start to have weakness of the hands and some muscle atrophy, especially on the thumb. And usually you feel the symptoms on these three fingers, the thumb, index finger, and middle finger on the palm side. This is the typical presentation of the carpal tunnel syndrome. And today in this video, we're going to do a short introduction about the related anatomy of carpal tunnel syndrome, and then it's the solution, or even something you can do at home by yourself. So this video is does not aim for the purpose of doing diagnosis. I'm just talking about something in general. So please use this content with your own judgment. All right, so now comes to the anatomy of the carpal tunnel syndrome. Usually the people will introduce about the anatomy of the wrist, these 8 pieces of small bones, carpal bones. But actually one thing very important, because few years ago, actually many years ago, there's a research article showing that at least 70% of the patient with carpal tunnel syndromes, they have also neck issues. Why? Actually, it's quite easy to understand, because carpal tunnel syndrome is caused by the compression or the pressure on the median nerve. The nerve is actually coming out of the cervical spine. So you see the nerve comes out of the cervical spine, passing under the collarbone and passing under the muscle, chest muscle, pectoralis minor, going to the arm, to different branches. And one branch going down, become the median nerve, is on the front anterior and medial, on the front and inside of the humerus, passing through the elbow on the front, goes all the way down to the carpal bone, to passing through a structure looks like a tunnel under a lot of connective tissue here to innervate these 3 finger areas. So it's a nerve issue. And nerve in physiology, there's a syndrome called double crush syndrome. Means if you want to pinch the nerve to cause a symptom, if only pinch one spot, it takes, for example, like 100 millimeter mercury of pressure. However, if you pinch 2 spots at the same time, each spot probably cause only 50 millimeter of mercury, the pressure, to cause the same symptoms. That's called double crush. So in other words, if you have tightness on the wrist, above the carpal bone here, say some compression here, compressed on the median nerve. At the same time, if you have some compression on the nerve on the cervical spine, or any other possible pinching spot along the nerve root, then you easily can cause the symptoms to the distal end, which is to the hand, to the fingers. We call carpal tunnel syndrome. From going palm down, and then you cause a wrist extension. So see, in this position, it causes a lot of stretching of the nerve at this area. But I would say another thing we have to know is a muscle that causes we call this pronation of the forearm, the pronation. See, this we call pronation of the forearm. This we call supination of the forearm. So it's pronation and supination. See, when you work with your keyboard, you always go pronation, go palm down. And if you have the wrist extended, you're going like that. That's usually the cause of too much pressure, excessive pressure on the wrist, the carpal tunnel area. So there's a muscle called pronator teres, as you can tell from the name. The muscle is connecting from here to the radius. So when the muscle is contracting, it pulls the radius bone over the media. So the forearm goes pronation and we go palm down. So this muscle, if this muscle is tight, is actually limiting the mobility of the radius to move along the ulnar bone. And as you can see, that's contributing to part of the stiffness of the connective tissue. And also the median nerve is also passing under that muscle. So when the muscle is really tight, for sure, it can be another pinching spot to cause the carpal tunnel syndrome. If this is too complicated, you don't really have to know. I just want to show you the reason why we want to also work on the muscles of the forearm and muscles of the the humerus area. Also, even the neck. Just remember that very important fact. The nerve is coming out from the neck along the shoulder, the arm on the front side. See, is from here coming out, passing under collarbone here, going to the along the biceps to here, goes all the way down to the carpal tunnel and to the fingers. So we're going to work all these areas. All right, let's see what's the solution or the treatments you can do by yourself at home. Okay, now we're going to do some self-treatment for carpal tunnel syndrome. The first thing we're going to address is the neck. And remember from the previous videos related to neck, in order to work on the neck, we have to work on our thoracic spine with some breathings. So, okay, the first thing is to breathe. So take some deep breath in and breathe out. So if you don't have any shoulder or neck issue, after 10 breaths, you start to move your arms, go up and down. Breathe in, breathe out. When you breathe in, at the same time, look up. I recommend to do this in sitting. So breathe in, your head follows the hand, and breathe out. And breathe in, by looking at the hands, your head follows. Go all the way. It's a range of motion exercise for the neck too. Look down at the hand and look up. So your eyes follows your hand and go with your breathing. Breathe in. Okay, after 10 or more, after 10 reps or more, the next thing, let's do some rotation of the neck. And remember, you're trying to do the motion that you're picking to your back or to your lower back. So it's you're trying to tuck your chin in, a little bit extension of the neck and look down. In other words, you keep your chin tucking all the time and turn to the side. Go with your breathing. Breathe out and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So after 10 reps or more, let's try the next thing. Go move your shoulder blade by putting your hands on the shoulder and go making circles with your elbow. The big circle, as big as you can. Go up and down. And breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Touching your elbow and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift your elbow as high as you can. Breathe out. After that, you can also do this, but I will recommend with your elbow. This you can get actually more motion of the shoulder blade. Okay, the next thing is the elbow. Extend the elbow, make circles. See, how you do this is to keep your very nice posture up, keep the head sticking up, and then without elevating the shoulder, keep the shoulder blade down and elevate your elbow or your hand, and then keep your elbow in the same place and then make circles. So when you do this, you're making a circle on this plane. So you're not like this, trying to make a big circle as big as you can. So at the same time, you're actually stretching the nerve a little bit. If you do this right, see, like right now, I feel lots of stretching. This is more for ulnar nerve. And this is for median nerve, radius nerve, ulnar nerve. But not too much, but just like trying to mobilize those nerves, stretching lightly, gently. So like 10 reps going out and then 10 reps going in. Do this slowly. It's actually not easy to do it if you do it correctly. If it's the shoulder, you start to feel your deltoid, your shoulder muscles start to work, start to burn because it has to hold the position. Okay, hold the weight of the elbow. Okay, after that is the wrist. You go palm up, and then you do flexion, 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 relax, flexion, relax. Keep going. The point is you keep your elbow straight. Don't think this is easy. You can try by yourself. After 20 times, probably something will start to burn. If you have a carpal tunnel syndrome, it means your pronator teres. So your pronator teres is very tight. And this is a stretching position to pronator teres, the muscle. If you do a lot, you feel your supinator, the muscle causing the supination, the muscle is actually working crazily, especially with your elbow straight. So, okay, if you check me from the side, you want to keep your elbow straight. This is actually very tiring. Okay, that's the wrist. The next thing, we want to do some stretching. So this, we don't want to stretch too much because remember how we cause the carpal tunnel is this motion, right? So you don't want to stretch much. You want to stretch the opposite. And see, when you stretch this, see, with your middle finger and the thumb, grab your wrist and use your palm to press your hand down and then extend your elbow. And look at the elbow here. Want to go out, so you feel more stretching along this line. Go out, see, you go in, you don't feel much. Go out, like this, feel stretching. You can hold and relax the shoulder. Okay, and then next one, you still want to stretch the flexor, but with the palm up in the supination position. So in this position, keep your elbow straight, grab your fingers, go with your tolerance, and stretch. And then see, and same idea. See, look at the elbow. Want to go in. The other one is going out, right? This want to go in. So you feel more stretching along this line. I mean, go in is go this way. Your shoulder goes this way, but don't let your wrist move. Okay? After that, let's do one more thing. We call nerve flux, nerve fluxing. In order to stretch the median nerve, one thing you can do, You can go put your hand there together in a very good posture. Try to put the hand on the back of the head, and then you push your hand to the side. See, the first thing, you can make your elbow extended in in this position. Hold the tension and drop, keep your shoulder down and push your hand to the side. You feel lots of stretching. And then come back, breathe in, and then breathe out gently. You don't have to overstretch it, because remember, if that's a neurological symptom, overstretching the nerve can cause more symptoms. You want to be gentle, especially only do this after warm up. Okay, breathe in and then breathe out. Okay, next thing is you stretch your arm out, keep your shoulder down, otherwise you're not going to feel any stretching. Like what we said, the nerve is passing over these structures. So if you don't hold the proper position, any movement like that, you're going to lose the tension of the nerve. Okay, go there and then gently go like that. Okay, you don't have to do a lot, just gently. Especially remember, median nerve, sorry, the carpal tunnel syndrome is already the result of overstretching nerve. So you just want to warm up a little bit. Okay, so next thing, you just keep your elbow straight, go palm up, and then you go palm down gently, but you go palm up quickly. Go up quickly, go palm down slowly, palm up quickly. So you're strengthening those supinators in order to loosen up the pronator. Okay, very soon you get fatigue. Maybe, who knows, maybe 30 times, 50 times. I try to get a muscle fatigue every time. You don't need weight in the beginning. And then you want to go opposite against this injury mechanism. So you go palm up, you do flexion. This you can hold a light weight like 1 pound, 2 pound, or even heavier. Go with your tolerance. But in the beginning, I recommend you don't use any weight. Just do it. You feel a lot of workout already. You feel the muscle, weak muscle gets really burning there. Because we're lengthening those short muscle and we're trying to force those muscles to contract to a shorter position than usual. So it's actually very hard stretching the muscle on the other side. So this is very good. I feel lots of burning already. It's unbelievable. Okay, I think that's good for the treatment part. I want to make some conclusion here as a final words. The first thing I want to remind everyone, if you have carpal tunnel syndrome and you have more pain during those exercises, I recommend you to stop, don't over push it, because in the clinic, we usually try to loosen up the muscles first. Actually, at home, you can put some lotions and use your elbow, put your arm on the table, use your elbow to push along 3 lines. First, closer to the inside, the second one close to the outside. We call median side, lateral side, and the middle. You can start from middle, put some lotion, go there, loosen up the muscles, and then you turn a little bit and go inside, and then turn a little bit and go outside, and then you go palm down. Do the same thing. Palm down, probably just 1 line. Just along the elbow, we call this brachioradialis muscle, along this line to go down. To loosen up the muscles first before you do the exercise and stretching. I think that will help a lot. The second thing is I want to talk about the cause of the carpal tunnel syndrome. A lot of patients of mine, they actually went through multiple times of carpal tunnel release. That kind of tells me the procedure is not so successful. I'm not saying you should not do it. You should follow your doctor's recommendation. But I personally think you can take this as an expert's opinion. I think carpal tunnel syndrome is quite something like similar to fibromyalgia. If you know the issue, it's the degeneration issue of the soft tissue, of the connective tissue. You know, every day through the normal use of our body, we're going to cause some micro trauma to the connective tissue, like a fascia, like a tendon, like a ligament. Ideally, at night, we have a nice sleep with the proper nutrition. So the body has those building blocks to help to repair all these micro traumas. For any reason, your diet is not good and your sleep is not, the quality is not as well, then your efficiency of repairment is not meeting the requirement of your daily activity. Means you're during the day you use your body a lot, cause a lot of damage, but your body cannot repair at night when you sleep. Over time, this inflammation, because damage will cause inflammation. If the inflammation cannot repair this impairments efficiently, it will become degenerated, and degenerated tissue will become stiffer and thicker. It's losing its elasticity, losing its proper circulation. So I think that's the major cause of the carpal tunnel syndrome. So it's not just fixing your wrist or doing some treatment, stretching, but you have to change your lifestyle. Proper diet, proper nutrition, proper exercise, proper sleep. I think, and also very important thing, the proper stress management. These four things can decide whether we have a good lifestyle or not. I think only the lifestyle can support us, support the body to heal and really enjoy our life, whatever God has given to us. Okay, that's my final words. If you have more questions, please let me know. I try my best to answer. I'm not an expert of nutrition, but I did studies on nutrition. I also studied some immunology and some biochemistry. So I'd like to share with you all, just as a friend, not as a professional. Okay, thank you very much. Hope this video is helping. Thank you. Bye.